This is a Tesla Model S, one of the fastest cars on the planet. 1,020 horsepower, 3 electric motors, and 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. You might remember we let a Porsche Taycan and Audi RS e-tron GT try to beat this car in a drag race, and let's just say it didn't end well. Go! Oh my God. Oh,
Rory's got ahead of me.
oh, I'm actually winning. I am not winning.
Oh my word, that Tesla!
That car is so fast. Look at it. Jesus, that is nuts. So today, we're letting petrol have a go. And we've put the petrol into something very special, a BMW M3 competition. But not just any M3 competition. That thing has been modified very heavily by Tom Wrigley Performance. It makes 1,039 horsepower. So this should be a very, very close race. Quarter mile, 2,000 horsepower, and a lot that could go wrong. Well, let's talk to the man himself, shall we? Tom, thanks for bringing along that blue monster of yours. What have you actually done to it?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting us on the channel. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. So yeah, this is the Stage 3 G80 M3 we've built for our 44 performance, built it together. It features basically a Stage 3 package, what I class on these cars. So the main features of that are a built engine, which we do in-house in our workshop in Oswestry, some pure hybrid turbos, a CSF cooling package, along with a full exhaust from Grail. Today we'll be running it on ethanol, so we'll be getting the full 1,039 horsepower, and I can't wait to see what it's going to do. It's going to be awesome.
It looks quite subtle. I like the way you've actually done it. You haven't gone too overboard on that, but presumably it sounds quite nice. Can you give it a little rev?
When the valves open, they sound pretty epic, but yeah, the styling's all down to our 44. They've done an epic job. It's a nice, clean look about it, but with lots of nice subtle bits of carbon, and yeah, we let the numbers do the talking.
Speaking of which, have you done a quarter mile run in that before?
Yeah, so this car was finished just in time to get for the last few races of the season at Santa Pod. So on a fully prepped surface, it'll do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds dead, and a quarter mile time of 9.3 at 145 mile an hour, I think it was. So it can definitely move. Today, I don't think we're going to quite get that power down. What they've been a little bit greasy, but we'll see. It'll be very interesting. Obviously, both cars have got the same challenges to compete with, so it will be very interesting.
All right, mate, I've seen you got your lid on, so I'm going to do exactly the same because this is going to be a fast one. So if you're ready, we'll do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I feel I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders from all the petrol heads here, so let's see what we can do for them.
Quite nervous now, actually. I don't know if I even want to win against that car, but we got the pinnacle of electric performance, certainly in a mass market arena, against the pinnacle of petrol performance, modified very heavily. All right, so typically, my Tesla is now saying I need 19 minutes for it to reach peak performance. But we're not gonna listen to it, we're just gonna run it anyway, because let's face it, in the real world, you're not gonna sit around for 19 minutes. So we're gonna run it the first time with the battery cold, because we had warmed it up, to be fair, but now it's got cold again while we chatted, and it wants 19 minutes again, but we're gonna run it and see what happens, all right?
Yeah, that's fine with me, mate.
Okay, boost. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, he's got a good start. I'm actually hanging with him. He's pulling away slightly. Actually, no, he's pulling away quite a lot. Nah, he's about 2 car lengths in front. We're doing 150 miles an hour. He's gaining. He's actually gapped me. He's actually gapped me. All right, so round 1 to petrol. I will say I wasn't in peak performance, but there was about a second gap on that one. Good race though. Tom, how did that feel?
Yeah, I just got so much wheel spin. I mean, normally these cars shift automatically in the launch sequence, but it actually, it didn't know what to do. I think the wheels just span it so violently that it just, yeah, it got a bit confused on the gears, but it was, yeah, it was still ridiculous. I mean, I think it did add the drag on, then it still did a 9.7 quarter mile, so it's not too shabby.
Not too shabby indeed. It's worth noting that our finish line is at the half-mile mark. The M3 did the quarter mile in a 9.7, while the Plaid managed a 10.2, half a second back. But we know both cars can do better, so I popped off to get my battery in the right operating window and my tyres warm. Tom, whose M3 happened to be using identical Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber to the Tesla, decided to do the same. Once we were both happy, we reconvened for another run.
Okay, mate, boost. 3, 2, 1, go.
Much better start, and we have left him. Oh yes, I'm gonna keep running it. This was a lot better. Oh yeah, we're doing 150. 160, 165 over the line, and it is 1-1. 1-1. The Tesla came back. He had a terrible launch, so obviously this isn't 100% fair, I'd say, but I'm still taking that victory. Tom, what happened? Bad launch?
Yeah, it literally just spun all 4 wheels the whole way down the road then, so I don't know. I'm not going to make too many excuses, but it definitely looked a bit wet on my side.
Okay, all right. We're going to call it 1-1, and we'll give it one more go. Hopefully you can get a perfect launch, because my car's still happy, and we'll then see what happens.
Okay, mate.
Sadly, Tom's car wasn't happy. He decided he needed to pop off to fill up with fuel, and not just any ordinary fuel. To unleash his full power, he needed stuff you can't actually buy at a petrol station. Soon enough though, we were ready to run it again, and this would decide who was truly fastest. Okay, boost. 3, 2, 1, go! I'm actually in the lead at this moment. He is just behind me. This is very, very close. He's not closing the gap as quickly as I might expect. He's still there, he's still there. I'm not pulling anymore, and it is, oh my God. That's a dead heat over the line. That's very close. The Tesla stopped pulling about 50 yards from the end. I reached the pretty much top speed. It stopped accelerating, and then that M3 just came back. Tom, that was a great race, good launch. I'm happy with mine. Over the line, I have no idea who won. What do you reckon?
Oh, mate, that was an epic race, literally. Yeah, I don't know, it was close, I think, really, mate. You'd have to go back to the cameras on that one, but yeah, that was absolutely epic. I think that was a true representation of both cars there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, photo finish. That was exciting. All right, we'll have a look and see who won, and then, yeah, I'll get the champagne on ice. I'm quite confident with that.
Oh, mate, my heart is racing. That was epic. It was literally neck and neck the whole way down there. It's just, yeah, it's awesome to see how two completely different cars are doing, yeah, equal things, really.
Right, I'm going to have a word with the cameraman and see if he can give me a clue as to what might have happened. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll look back at it. No idea. It looks like a draw from what I can see. Here's the story of the race, which ran over a total of a half mile to the flag. The Tesla got a slightly better start and began pulling smoothly, with the M3 losing ground with every gear shift. By the time we got to the quarter mile marker near the plains, the Tesla was ahead, completing the quarter mile in 9.7 seconds. The M3 was a tenth behind. As we continued to the half mile marker at higher speeds, the Plaid seemed to reach its Vmax and stopped accelerating, at which point the M3 pulled past to take the win by a yard. Would the Model S Plaid track pack, with its much higher top speed, have taken the win? Perhaps one day we'll find out, but for now, here's the rolling race. Right, here we go. Rolling race, over the line, and go! Okay. He's actually pulling away from me ever so slightly. Oh my God, yeah, you see he's actually using an extra horsepower. That's where the horsepower tells I've stopped pulling now at 165. That is where the Tesla hits its maximum speed, it seems. Certainly in this mode, because it stops pulling after 165. And the BMW takes the rolling race. I mean, I think he might have been slightly ahead of me. over the line when we started, but I wouldn't have caught him.
How was that for you, mate?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think you might have been a little bit ahead of me over the start, but I wasn't catching you either way because I hit my VMAX at about 165, stopped accelerating basically, and you were pulling all the way.
Okay, mate. I could do one more if you wanted, but if you're happy with that, that's fine for me.
Yup, totally happy with that, but we had one more event to run. What goes fast must come to a stop, so it was time for a brake test.
3, 2, 1, brake. Look at that. Well, there seems to be a bit of a gap between us. Do you reckon that was acceptable? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, mate, I am. I think, to be fair, I always thought I was going to stop a bit better, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. I don't think we're going to get much better than that.
That's interesting. I didn't think the Tesla would outbrake the M3, but I mean, the pictures don't lie, do they? So, yeah, I'll take that.
Of course, this is YouTube, so there will be about 500,000 of you suggesting that there's no way the Tesla would win a brake test because it's far heavier than the M3, so we decided to run it again to see if the result would be any different.
3, 2, 1, brake! Look at that, look at that. The Tesla won. Okay, I mean, that's pretty definitive, right? That is a car length and a half maybe gap between us.
Yeah, there really is no arguing with that, mate. That was bang on as well. I was literally right on when you said as well. So I think, yeah, that's conclusive, mate. 2-0 to you on that one, I'm afraid.
So, in conclusion, both cars are very rapid. Both cars have their quirks. The M3 needs special fuel to develop this level of power, and the Tesla needs to condition the battery before it can unleash its full potential. The Tesla won the race to the quarter mile, just, and the M3, with its superior top speed, won the race to the half-mile mark. Finally, the Tesla had the better stopping power.
Right, thank you very much to Tom for coming along. Tom actually represents a very cool charity called the Race to Save Lives. All the contact details for those guys are down in the description box below. Make sure you go check them out. But if you enjoyed that video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.